In case you have been living under a rock, you would know that the first mainstream crypto game is here. We've had literally hundreds of thousands of people watching this game on Twitch. There's over 2 million players already registered, 2 million active wallets on testnet as every transaction in this game. Little do you know, if you're playing on PC, PS5, Xbox, is on the blockchain. And I want to walk you through just how you can get started, strategies in the game, guides to the things that you need to know: limbs, weapons, abilities, how to use these things, positioning, things to do on the map, how to position your loadouts, everything like that, so you can jump into Off the Grid, start earning guns, as well as, more importantly, start earning the hexes and the assets that might be worth something down the line. We'll break down the economy and exactly how this is on chain and how you can capitalize on this early access period. Let's jump right into it, guys. Like the video down below, subscribe to the channel, as well as shout out to all of our sponsors here on In the Game. We have Epic War, Moon Tropica, we have Bybit, Blowfin, Ledger. We have so many solid sponsors down below in the description. If you need somewhere to trade, if you need cold storage, World Series of Trading is going on right now with Bybit. You can check all of that out in the links in the description. And I do want to give a background. Obviously, before I was in the crypto gaming space, I spent about a decade of time playing competitive Call of Duty. I wouldn't say I was a pro player, more around the semi-pro level. I went through the MLG stuff back in the day, you know, when it was domination, search and destroy, and sabotage, all the way up to the Warzone competitive era, where I won 32 tournaments in Warzone, which is also a battle royale, just like what we see here with Off the Grid. So there's some context to that. I know I always talk about the tokens here, and you guys in the chat are always like, in the comments, Hustle, when are you going to play some games? Well, I've been jumping into Off the Grid quite extensively because this game fits what I'm looking for in a blockchain game, right? Like, this has everything that I think a game needs to succeed. So that is most important in my opinion. And I have been having an awesome time. I think I've put in about 80 matches over the weekend, recording this on Sunday, and I want to just give you insights as to things to prioritize on the map, how to work together as a team, the limbs, the abilities, the loadouts, everything like that, things that I like to do inside the games. I have 2 gameplays where we actually catch wins here. I like to go for kills. That's more fun than like positioning and camping for the win. That's just more of my speed, but let's jump into it. So as you can see, coming into the map, you just start dropping in like a battle royale, like Fortnite, Apex Legends, Warzone. You jump out of the plane and your team picks somewhere to go. And what we usually do, you want to go in and you want to do something to grab some money. So as you see here, the bounty hunter, we did start an immediate bounty. What this is, so a bounty is pretty simple, right? You're hunting out another team's player. So it puts a big radius, you jump in and you can go look where that player is. There's many other contracts you can do. There's like flight paths, there's different things that you can do across the map. Really, the only contracts that I like to care about are bounties because they're just more fun, but it's all up to your play speed. Like, if you are a camper, no offense to you, but you can do something a little more chill that your squad can get some money, and the priority for you should be to get a loadout. And a loadout, just like in Warzone, let's say that's the easiest one, I think, to kind of make a reference to. You just get the money and you can call in your individual loadout, and that's going to have the guns and the equipment that you have equipped for yourself in this game. As you can see here, I'm putting on something called Leapers. So in this game, it's a 2-pronged game. We have Battle Royale and we have Extraction. But what makes this different is this is more of a Warzone meets Apex Legend hybrid. So as you just saw, I jumped through the air and then I leaped down on this guy and just absolutely destroyed him with a shotgun. And what I did there was use my leapers. So there are limbs and there are legs. So what you're going to need to know is on the map, you see on the bottom left, there's the left arm, the right arm, and the legs. So the leaper legs give you this big jumping ability, and the flight path that you do, like, you can really cook up some good movement in this game. Let's just say that. There's the paralyzer. So There's stuff that's literally going to shock your enemy and keep them in their same place. There's a recon drone, which shows the enemies. There are ghosts, which you go invisible. So there's lots of different things that you can emit and be able to spot out enemies, go undercover, be able to move quicker. The Roadrunner legs are some of my personal favorites as well. And we'll talk about my preferences of loadouts here whenever we jump into that. But the one thing you want to prioritize when you jump in is your weapons and your limbs and armor plates. You always want to make sure there's armor plates down here where my mouse is hovering right now. That'll show I have 4 additional armor plates here. So I am equipped. If I get into a battle, I can plate up and be able to replenish my health that way. So what you want to do when you jump in, there are guns that are good and there are guns that are bad. Okay. There's like a nail gun. You don't want to use the nail gun for too long. Really, the best ground weapons that you're going to find, as you can see here, I'm using a ground class as the gameplay that you're watching. It is my point of view. I have one of the shotguns, and then I also have one of the general ARs. But the 2 shotguns off the ground are going to be the best, and that would be the Squall, and then this one here that I'm using. And then on top of that, I would be looking for an SMG, maybe something like the Kite, or maybe something like the Tacoma's not terrible, but it's more of a generic weapon. The things I really like picking up off the ground are the 2 shotguns, the Kestrel. If I need just a weapon, I will pick up the sniper. I think the Kestrel is way better than the Osprey, for example. And then off the ground, I would be looking for the Kite and the M4 Commodore. Those are definitely, to me, the best ground weapons. But you don't want to use your ground weapons too long. So as you see here, we had just completed that bounty, and now I have my loadout. So this is now my loadout weapons. We can jump into the loadout. You want to equip things that you know, A, are overpowered, and B, you're good with. Like if you equip weapons that you don't know how to use, that's pointless. So what I use, like I just mentioned, I have the Kite and I have the Squall. The Kite is a close range SMG, high rate of fire, very accurate. Like I think that this thing has minimal recoil for the damage that it does to the opponent. So I like using the Kite as an SMG and then the Squall as the shot. Everyone that is good at this game, or that is what they would say sweaty or cracked, uses this gun, the Squall. The automatic shotgun is just absolutely the most overpowered weapon in this game. You can put the extended clip on it. That's the only thing I run. The damage from the commons up to the epic weapons don't change. The one thing that I would add to each of your weapons is extended clips. So on the Kite, I have the drum mag, which has 69 bullets in each magazine. Haha, funny number, I know. And then I put the extended clip also on the Squall, which means I have 12 rounds. This is an automatic shotgun. It is really overpowered. I assume eventually they're going to nerf this weapon, which means take down its ability a little bit. And then the limbs that I prefer, if I'm you, my primaries would be either the Kite and the Kestrel, which is a sniper, would either be the Kite and the Squall, or the Kite and the single shot shotgun. To me, the Kite is the best automatic weapon in the game. And I don't know if you want to use a semi-automatic. There's like the boom sling or whatever. I don't know. A lot of these weapons are burst and a lot of them are semi-automatic, which is one shot at a time. I don't really think you should be focusing on that quite as much. I think the Kite is an absolute great primary weapon. And then you can either rotate between a sniper or a shotgun. For me, a shotgun, because this game has so much close range combat. And as you saw there, I was able to damage him enough and switch to my high rate of fire SMG and be able to take that guy down. Gorilla comes through, finishes up the job here, and we actually catch the win. I dropped 10 kills in this game. I went 10 kills, 3 assists, and 2 deaths. And that was the strategy. We jumped in, we just immediately went, got a bounty, got money, got our loadouts. So we're using guns we're comfortable with. If you stick with ground loot too long, you are going to get cooked by a team that knows what they're doing and they got their loadout. So number one priority for you in this game, money, loadouts, and then positioning. Like positioning is everything in this game, and being able to use the movement. Like as you can see the flight pattern here, every time you jump off of a building or every time that you are moving, you need to be able to utilize your flight pattern to get an edge on on your opponent. As you see, I just dive in there, be able to take out these two guys right off the jump. And that's all just to my positioning and the way that I move across the map. And as you see here, just fly right across, be able to get into a better position. We had seen some enemies over here, and we're moving up on them. So positioning and movement is everything in this game. If you really want to prioritize movement, I would say leaper legs, the jumpers, and then maybe even the hook shot is pretty good. But for me, I like using Ghost, and then I like using Paralyzer. Those are just the ones that I'm most comfortable running. I feel the invisibility is just a really good power. And then on top of that, the Paralyzer gives you multifaceted ways to be able to find enemies on the map. It's like this big, it's a very good arm. So that is the preference that I use. And then I also have armor plates as well as the grid shield backpack, because at the end of the game, there is usually a closing circle. What that means is there's no radius for you to be able to run around. As you see in the map on the top right, that is where the mini map shows, and the circle closes, as does it with every single battle royale. So the grid shield backpack, you don't take damage in the storm until that backpack runs out. So I know this is a lot of information at one time, but so far we have covered the overall objective of the game. It's a battle royale. It's last man standing. You and your team need to fight to be the last people standing in this game. Number two, it is an extraction game. And after this gameplay, I'm going to go over the extraction and as well as the economics, because I think the most important thing that I see, even in the comment section here, Hustle, this is not a blockchain game. Are you stupid? Okay, well, you think it's not a blockchain game. We will show the real proof that this is a blockchain game. So far we have covered the overall objective of the game, the priorities when you land, the ground loot that I think is good versus bad, the overall importance of abilities. Abilities are everything in this game. Abilities and movement. That is what's going to get you to the next level as a player in Off the Grid. On top of that, we've explained some of the legs, the limbs, and the different types of weapons that I prefer in this game. I just think that there's a certain class of weapons, the kite, the shotgun, the kestrel. Those are the only things I would really be thinking about running if you're looking to have high kill games or be able to win majorities of your gunfights in this game, because most people are going to be using that automatic shotgun. And then I went over the loadouts that I prefer. Now let's talk about the blockchain part and the extraction. So usually the extraction shooter nature is like Escape from Tarkov. It's a legit like team to extract wins. Shrapnel was kind of like similar, like you were out there trying to get the matter that was on the map. But here the extraction is actually the assets inside the game that are on chain. So everything that I've been mentioning, this is not like Call of Duty, okay? The way that the economy functions here is you jump in and you play the game. The only way that you're gonna earn guns, not the token, you do earn the token, by the way, and I'll show you that here in just a second. But the only way that you're going to earn skins, weapons, different things for your loadouts, that I think the loadouts are the most important thing in this entire game, are extracting hexes. So the way that you earn weapons is on the map, there's little squares, and we'll show you this once this gameplay here finishes. There's these little cubes. They go from common up to legendary or epic or whatever the highest one is. And what you do is you put them in this machine called the Hextractor. And if you extract those hexes, you basically get loot boxes. You could kind of categorize them as very similar to a CSGO box. You open up a loot crate, it gives you some sort of a skin. All of these skins have different rarities, whether it's a camo, a character customization item, a weapon, a gun attachment, a limb. They all come in the form of a hex. And everything that you extract is a NFT on the back end. The game functions so seamlessly. We got another win here, 10 kills, 1 assist, 2 deaths for me in this one. But here's what the extraction gameplay. Some people do this quite a bit. I find it to be a little tedious. You're kind of like, if you're focused on stacking up assets in this game right now, then extracting hexes is the thing for you. As you see on the side of my character here, there's a blue cube. You run up to the Hextractor here and you just literally drop it in, you start the hextraction, and then as long as you defend the hex for that minute and a half, you're able to then earn that hex. You then go to the main menu and you decode it, and you're able to get an asset inside this game. So I do want to go over everything here in this interface of the game so you can understand exactly how it is a blockchain game and everything that is an NFT on the back end. On the top right here, you can see the guns tokens. I have 831 guns, for example, on this example. And you can see on the top, play, loadouts, hexes, marketplace, appearance, inventory, and OTG Pro. I move over to loadouts. This is where you customize your guns, guys. So right now, this is what I run. I use the Kite, Squall, Tap 9, Paralyzer left arm, Roadrunner, Ghost right arm, Armor Kit, and Grid Shield backpack. This is just what I have found the most success with. And to be honest, most of the top players in the game are running this class right now. So this is my preferred loadout. You can copy it, try it out on the map. This is where you find the hexes. So the hexes here, and I think I come back to this in this little recording loop, but you click that decode for 0.1 guns, and you can open up these different hexes. As you can see, this is an epic hex. So you literally open up these boxes. It's like an animation, just like a loot crate, and you earn whatever is inside. And those can then be traded on this marketplace. So the marketplace here, you transact in the guns token. And you don't have to buy a crypto to play this. You can play this for free. If you want to trade items, you have to buy the battle pass, which is $10 a month. It's really not that bad, especially if you're going to be grinding. You could probably monetize more than $10 out of this game. But the marketplace consists of everything: weapons, cyber limbs, appearance, attachments, everything. As you can see here, you can buy anywhere from an epic to a rare, uncommon, or common weapon. To be honest, the meta here, I would just buy commons. There's no reason for you to buy the highest level right now because there's no damage difference. If you look how I scroll through these, I'm just gonna rewind really quick as I click into it. The stats of the weapon do not change. So from rare all the way down, the statistics here are the exact same. And the epic weapon will cost you more on a loadout. So I would say just buy the commons and then add the drum magazines or the extended mags to those weapons. And this is how you transact. Every one of the listings that you see here are from another player. Let me back up here so I can show you. The quick buy here, that is literally someone's offer. There's 25 plus offers on this weapon. You view all offers, and you can see other people that are selling their items on this marketplace. It is freaking awesome. It feels frictionless on the front end, and on the back end, it is a crypto transaction, which, you know, this is how Web3 gaming should be. And to be honest, what I would be doing if I was you, here's, what I think the alpha would be. We do not know if there is going to be an airdrop. No idea. With the top right, the 831 guns, that's also speculative. It's on testnet currently. So there's a question of, are they going to translate those guns to the main net? And then that's kind of like your airdrop, like it's incentivized. Here I am decoding a hex. Whatever I get from this is an NFT. Police enforcer vest, epic. As you can see, there's like 1.25 million of them, so they're not too rare. And then I open up another one here, which ends up being an epic ghost arm. So that's pretty sweet. I decode this common hex here, and I forget what this was. Yeah, it's like a face appearance for my character. And then as you see here, you jump up to the top right, and it pulls up your transaction history. This is all on chain. And if you were to click this button here, it goes to the Gunzilla website where it shows your on-chain wallet. So every user in this game has a crypto wallet on the back end. So I want to get back to what I think you could be doing to monetize this time period. This time period right now is speculative because we don't know. So for nodes, if you hold a node, I know that those testnet guns aren't going to translate, but the NFTs should translate. And I would play the game the exact same way. So those top right guns, the 830 guns, I'm assuming that those might go away. However, you might de-incentivize Web 2 gamers if it does. So I have two focuses. Number one, I want to stack up as many guns as possible. Who knows? What if they do airdrop it out? And all of a sudden that guns is going to be on the main game. And then, all of a sudden you get a nice little airdrop because you grinded the game. So no matter what, I am trying to increase my guns. All the things that I think are just terrible weapons, I've been selling. And all the things I think are really good, I'm buying. Like I'm buying up a lot of squalls. I'm buying up a lot of kites. I'm buying the Kestrel. I'm buying the secondary shotgun. I'm buying cyber limbs. Because if these things continue to be the meta, they'll eventually be in demand. And one thing you have to take a look at here on Off the Grid Pro is the battle passes. So what I would be doing is focusing on assets, truly. The top right, the guns could go away. But your NFTs and the skins that you're earning, I have heard are staying. It's true for the node holders. I believe it's going to be true for the players in this game. So the battle pass, this is season 1, right? A season 1 asset will not be available for an overall battle pass for the common user at the next season. So those become rare as the seasons go on. You can only buy them on the secondary market. So that's number one. Prioritize stacking up assets, complete the battle pass, make sure you're stacking up a lot of these different NFTs, as well as these rare skins. On the bottom left here, you can see this is the Ninja content pack. That Ninja skin is exclusive for season 1. Eventually, you can't go in and claim that with the season of Battle Pass. So you could sell that later on, and you can participate in the marketplace and the Battle Pass for only $10 a month. I think if you play your cards right and you stack up the right weapons, you flip up, you sell the things that are garbage, get that guns count up, and really just get the different skins and the different things that you find valuable inside the game, the good limbs, the good weapons, the good attachments, the good skins, appearance items. Those could eventually be worth something substantial as long as those NFTs do carry over. So as of right now, I think there will be some sort of a retroactive drop for the people that are playing this game. That's what I would prioritize, are skins / the NFTs, the things that you get from hexes, the battle pass, etc. Buying the good weapons off the marketplace while the value of them is super speculative. No one knows how much guns is going to be worth. So are you trading an item for $20 or are they trading it for $100? We really don't know yet we don't know the value of what the guns token is going to launch at. But given the fact, I think that this is safe to say this is the biggest crypto consumer application we have ever seen. I'm not talking about meme coins. Meme coins, that's not a consumer application. This is the biggest mainstream app that we have seen hit the crypto space, and we have heralded it to you for 3 years at this point, that gaming would be that adoption mechanism to not just capture attention, but capture users on a real basis. This game is one of the most popular games on the planet right now. We're not just talking about people coming in here to make money. The game is just fun. I'm having an absolute blast playing this game. So guys, focus on your guns on the top right. Focus on the skins, the battle pass, all that good stuff. And if you're bullish on Web3 gaming, if you have a gaming PC, an Xbox, a PS5, jump into this game, give it a shot, and you'll see that Web3 gaming, as Mr. Sam Stefanina says, is inevitable. And this product right here, this is the breakthrough application that gaming needed. Let's hope that the traction does continue, but that's my overall walkthrough and guide of Off the Grid. I know we didn't go too in-depth into everything, but I gave you everything from how to play, the objectives of the game, the extraction, which earns you NFTs, the battle royale, which is how you earn guns. If you win the game, you get about 20-something guns, the different limbs, legs, arms, the weapons, the loadout structure that I use inside of this game, as well as the ways to prioritize your positioning, utilize the movement. So I hope that this helped you kind of get a feel of how to get started in this game. And most importantly, for the people here, I know you guys are speculators. There are people way better than me at this game, okay? But I can tell you what, I'm strategizing for financial side of it later on. And I think that if you stack skins and guns, you should be in a pretty solid position to maybe get a nice little airdrop whenever the guns token and mainnet do go live. So guys, like the video down below, subscribe to the channel, and a shout out to everyone who says that Hustlepedia doesn't play games, because I think I've sunk about 20 hours into this game over the last couple of days. So I think I've done my fair share of grind here, and this is honestly the most fun game that I've played since Warzone. So guys, I'll catch y'all on the next video. As always, play well, my friends.